Okay, well, welcome to the Trailhead Quilt Mystery Sew Along. Um, Super excited about this one. Heather with our guest designer, Heather. Um, Unfortunately, I can't make it tonight, so it would just be me and Olivia, but we'll kind of run through that in a second. So let's get started. Okay, yeah, so I'm Taylor, owner of Toad and Sew and Foot Circle, obviously. So, yeah, usually we just do a little bit about us. I live in Seattle with my two dogs and my husband. Um, I like to quilt, obviously, and I like to read as well. I read a little bit of all genres, but depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I read a lot of like fantasy, romantasy. Lately I've been reading more thrillers and kind of like going into mystery horror type of books. I think I like fantasied myself out a little bit too much. So yeah, I've been in a little bit of a reading slump, so I feel like sometimes fast-paced thrillers just like help you get out of that. Um, yeah, that's kind of my reading. What's happening with that? Um, I like to camp and hike, and yeah, I don't really know what else. I never know what to say when I introduce myself. Recently started playing the game Stardew Valley. I am not a gamer at all, but I've been obsessed with it, and it's kind of taking over my life. Yeah, I know, no, I was never. I haven't played any game since like I was a child, so this has been very enlightening to me. Um, okay, yeah, Olivia, you want to take it over?
Yes, I am Olivia. I am Taylor's assistant. I am lost, have no idea what I'm going to say. Let's see. Quick facts. I like horror. I kind of don't really like thriller anymore because they all kind of feel the same. Horror, scary, that type of thing. Maybe like sci-fi, but like not Star Trek sci-fi, more realistic, like Project Hail Mary, The Martian type stuff. Um, I quilt. I sew clothes every once in a while. I play video games. I've been on a Minecraft kick here recently. And as anyone who has played Minecraft knows, that'll last about 2 weeks and then it'll go away. Um, I am patiently waiting for a game to come out called Tiny Bookshop. So if anyone is playing games and likes cozy games, there's a game coming out in 2 weeks where you get to run your own little food truck type bookstore. So
Like that.
look into that. I have a dog named Apollo and two cats. I live in Colorado Springs in Colorado, and I am nerdy. That's about it. I have no idea what else to say.
Oh gosh, now we're getting all sorts of games that are being
I
recommended.
definitely went through an Animal Crossing phase when that version of Animal Crossing came out around like 2020 in the COVID era where everyone was hunkered down and playing video games and watching TikTok nonstop.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stick to just one game and hopefully I don't pick up anymore. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is our guest designer, Heather. Um, she is a modern quilter and her work is awesome. One of the reasons why we picked her. So if you haven't checked out her work, highly recommend doing that. And hopefully she can join us on a future call and introduce herself. Okay. Quick agenda, some housekeeping. We'll do like a little new member orientation where we go through logging into your portal and the Discord community and like all the channels. So if you're new to Discord, this is kind of like a quick orientation on the lowdown of Discord. If you've been a member for a while, then you might just want to tune out and just like you already know all this, but got to do it for the new members. And I did spend some time like rearranging some stuff today. So, maybe it'll be helpful for you. Um, Voting on the so long book, the toad circle map, and then we'll dive right into picking out fabric. So understanding the coloring chart, understanding the instructions for that, and then how to make your own mock-up. And then we'll do a little show and tell. So the way we do the show and tell is we just go through the Discord week 1 channel and just kind of like scroll through it and click on pictures. So if you want to share any of your fabric that you're thinking about, or you need advice, or you want to share what you've picked or whatever, you can go ahead and upload that now. And then by the time we get to that, it should be in the channel for us to look at. And then a little Q&A, and then that's it. So, I also would like to say that the first week is the most me talking heavy. So it'll be mostly me talking and Olivia talking throughout this chat, and then future Zoom calls are a lot less me talking and more just hanging out and, you know, depending on what the week is. So, new member orientation, logging into your portals. I'm assuming most of you guys have already logged into your portals because you're here and, you know, you are potentially on Discord already, but this is how you get access to the Discord community. So you click on the Discord community in your specific portal, and then that should just bring you in automatically as the correct role. But yeah, you just go to Toad Circle and click on your specific portal, and you have to be logged in to access your portal. So if you have not created an account, then go ahead and do that. That's how you access the pattern every week, and all the other information, schedule. It's the best way to find out anything that you need. If you do not have an account and you need help, please email us at hello@totemso.com and we'll get you all sorted. Yeah, with the pattern, so each week the link stays the same throughout the whole sew along. There's a few ways you can access that link. One is through your portal. Two is in the pattern itself. It has a link and a QR code that you can access if it's being funky or you're not seeing that week's, section. Then it could be one of two things. You need to clear your caches and your history in your browser, or it hasn't been uploaded yet, which we've been a lot better about it. So 9 a.m. is around when the new link gets updated. So 9 a.m. Pacific time. So 12 noon Eastern time, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so that's about how you access the pattern. Now I'll just jump into the Discord group. I'm just gonna share my screen. Actually, I'm gonna unshare my screen real quick just to make sure everything looks okay. I want to make sure I'm not accidentally in the Toadster tier. Okay. Sorry, it just makes me so anxious. Okay, we're good. Okay, yeah, so when you come into the server, you'll see this welcome to Toad Circle. It has all of our rules, community guidelines, basic rules: be nice, be courteous, no hate speech, no promotions, no selling, and use your spoiler alerts. These can all be accessed if you just go to rules and info. So that's just, you have to read these when you join anyways, but it's just a reminder. Um, so we have that, and we also have a little section to explain all of the roles. So you'll see you can meet your admins. So that's me, Olivia, and Shanda. So if you have any questions ever, you can always tag at admin and we can address whatever your question is. And then throughout here, it's like you'll see different people have different colors, and these are what the colors mean. So that is kind of that. Um, if you're new to Discord completely, you might feel a little overwhelmed when you join because you'll see a whole bunch of channels. There's tons of ways you can curate Discord to be what you want it to be. So one of the first things you can do is you can go to browse channels, and you can unclick show all channels. And this is a way that you can manually click on what channels you want to see and which ones you don't want to see. So if there's ones that are not applicable to you or you're not interested in following, then you can just go unclick all of whatever channel you want to make the left bar a little simpler. So that's just an easy way to simplify your left screen here. You can also go in and change the notifications on every single channel. So you can make every single channel be whatever you want it to be. You can say notifications on all messages, which I highly recommend for like the announcement channel. But like for welcome new members, that's only very like a lot of messages the first week. But if you don't want to see that, then you can have those messages turned off completely so you're not getting notified every time someone joins the server. So that's just a way to like, curate the notifications that you're getting. So we have a couple categories here. Well, actually, we have a server guide. So the server guide is just basic ones that you can see at any point. And then we have the name change channel. So if you need help changing your name, we require everyone to have at least the first name and their last initial as part of the server. It helps us keep track of membership status, etc. So, and then we have a channel tour. So here's all the channels we have, what they're about, and it's an easy way to just see everything at a glance. And also see like what channels you might not be seeing. Like there's a couple channels down here that you have to request to join. So the way you request to join those are in the get roles channel. So that's where you can, use these emojis and like whatever's applicable to you, and you can get access to these roles. These ones specifically give you access to the hidden channels. So yeah, welcome is just kind of, getting the tour of the land. Town hall is like where we'll have our announcements every single Tuesday is our announcement channel. Highly recommend having that channel on notifications. It's only going to be like once a week, if once or twice a week with important information. So kind of imagine this being like a text alert notification. And when you see this, you're going to want to go in and actually click on where it says like week 1, or next week it'll say week 2. So we'll go in and actually click on this. That'll make Discord follow this channel. So you'll see it on the left side here. So I like to go in and just minimize everything that I can. And then whenever there's an active conversation, I could click on that. So yeah, that's announcements. Then we have giveaways. So we do a couple challenges throughout the so long. Guess the design challenge is a big one, and then the winner of like the final so along as well. So this is just information on how to win, and then the winner is also posted. Important links. So this is things like your book vote, different other like obviously important links. That's kind of obvious. So if you're like looking for something or you're not sure if you're missing a link or looking for whatever it is, it might be in here. And if it's not, let us know because we might want to add it. Discounted kits. We have a lot of partner shops that work with us that offer kits and then also different discounts for shopping or long arming. So that will be in there. Support if you have any questions regarding your membership, regarding Discord, regarding the so long, whatever it is you need support there. That's a great place to put it. And you can ask whatever questions and someone else could answer or one of us will answer it. That's probably the quickest way to get, if you need like an urgent thing, that's probably the quickest way to ask a question. And then suggestion box, what it says, if you have any suggestions for things that you'd like to see. Okay, and front porch, this is something I just reorganized. Um, front porch is like more, introductions, getting roles, social media and sharing like where you're located and kind of like getting to know the members. Imagine, sitting on your stoop and getting to know your neighbors. That's where the front porch came from. Um, I don't know if you guys have stoops where you're from, but apparently that's not an everywhere thing. Okay, general is what it sounds like. General, if you don't know where else it would go or doesn't feel like it has another location, then general is it. Toad and sew patterns, if you're working on a toad and sew non-toad circle related pattern of mine, then you can chat, ask questions, share whatever. Okay, just running through these quickly. So longs is like where the main thing is. So we have last so long in here, and then we have this current so long. So every week there will be a new thread, and everyone will share like what's going on in that specific thread to keep it organized. So if someone's behind and they have questions about week one, even though we're on week 4, they can still go back in week 1 and access that for help or share if they're behind or whatever. So yeah, if you're not interested in seeing like the previous so long, this is a good channel that you can just go hide if you don't want to see that. Yeah. And then if you're not seeing, like if you're not getting notifications for week 1 or whatever week we're on, you can go in and you can hit follow, like if I hit unfollow post and it removes it from this left side here, but I can go in and hit follow post and then that'll add it to my left side here. Okay. And then book club, this is where, well, first we'll start with book talk. That's basically general, but specific to books. So all things book related, whatever you're reading, whatever you want to chat about, recommend. So long books, this is where the actual so long book conversation will take place. So once we know the winner of this so long's book, I will make a thread in here for that so long and we will chat about it there. You can only see the alight so long in there. Okay, Olivia's on it. Okay, and then book reviews. So this is a good place, kind of treat it like Goodreads, where you can post your review of a book and then chat with other people that have read the same book if you want to see what they thought about it or if want to chat about it. So a lot of good books in here. And then miscellaneous, it also is a new category that I created, where like scrappy summer is. So if you guys are working on a scrappy quilt for the summer, I know there's like a bunch of scrappy so long situations happening right now, or just like it's just the theme of the summer. Feel good feed is personal wins, happy things, positive vibes basically. And then pickle support group. This has been around since so long 1 or 2, I think. I don't really. It just one group was using the color Kona pickle, and everyone was like really obsessed with this color, so we created this group, and it's just stuck around, and now we just send things that are pickle related in there. So, okay, and then hobby corner. This is where non kind of like off topic things are. So crocheting and knitting, there's a thread in there. Garment sewing, there's a thread, gardening, um, stationery and planners. If you want anything else to be added in here, let me know because I don't know if you guys can actually create a post-it note in here, but we can definitely get that started for you guys. And then we have TV shows. So, also off topic. If you are watching a show and you want to chat about it with other people, we got lots of shows in here. We're really into reality TV in this group. So if you're a
Love
reality
is
TV
Blind.
fan, Love is
Love is
Blind.
Blind. That I think is coming out in October potentially, and it's
Oh, really?
Denver. It's a Denver season,
Oh
so it's a
boy.
Colorado experience for all of us.
Yeah, we love Love is Blind here. Um, yeah, I also need to get into Love Island. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, so I don't know if I'm ready for that. Anyways, yeah, we got music, D&D and gaming. So we're, talking about my little Stardew Valley. And then recipes. So this is just if you have any recipes to share, you know, it's a good place to put it. I'm recently, as of like 5 months ago, completely gluten free. So if anyone else is gluten free, then I would love your recipes because I feel like I have to start over on everything I knew about cooking. Great.
You can also filter those tags at the very top of this that say
Yes, you can.
gluten free. You can filter things that have been tagged with those.
Yeah. hmm So it's kind of like a nice. I feel like we I forget about this. We need to use it more. I know there's a lot of recipes in here, but okay, that's pretty much it for Discord. It's not as complicated as it seems like it is, but I'm gluten free, we'll share. Okay. Yeah, I need all the baking recipes. I have like, oh, I don't want to go on this whole tangent right now, but I do have like the one-to-one flour that I use for like baking pancakes and stuff like that. Okay, does anyone else have any Discord questions? We had some people that weren't seeing all the things in here, so hopefully everyone can see all that stuff now. Good. Okay. Oh, that's a great question. We used to do that. But they don't have a recording feature, so we wouldn't be able to record the calls for people that missed it. And also they
There's a
max
limit.
out, there's a
Yeah.
limit on the number of people that can join. And um and then if you could do like a kind of like a presentation type of like Discord channel, but then no one could participate in talking and no one could really have their cameras on. So we do our casual sewings on Discord. So that's like when we're just hanging out and we're not super worried about like we never have more than the max amount of people. When we're just hanging out and sewing and talking about reality TV, that's actually on Discord. We don't need to record those calls. So um just the ones that are like tutorial based, we do. Okay.
The voice chats in Discord are also always open for anyone who just wants to hang out.
Yes.
So if you're sewing and just want someone to sew along with you or just hang out, work co-working, whatever, you can always join and kind of maybe let everyone know in general, like, hey, gonna be on if anyone wants to join me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Back to my presentation. Yeah, actually, all you have to do is just click on the voice channel and you get like automatically put into it. So,
And then there's like a little hang up button for
yeah,
me on desktop. It's bottom left corner of my screen is my little hang up button. Um, and then yeah, they're at the very top of the channel list too. So like right above all of the introductions and
I
rules and
might
all that.
I might have moved them, but I should probably.
Oh.
It'll say voice channels. Okay, and then to add the Cheater Club, that is directions for that are in the Toadster general chat, which I did not show on here because I don't want people to accidentally see the pattern.
If you go to the Get Roles channel, the one where you can react to something and add like your location or your pronouns or anything, there's a link to specifically the Cheater Club one in that channel.
Cool. Am I sharing my screen?
I do not see it.
No, yeah, that tab was missing. Okay. The Toad's agenda has been locked down. Okay, we'll let Olivia figure that out while I'm continuing. But no, that should not be. Okay, book vote. So we have 5 books this time. Usually I only pick 4 books. But I could not decide on only 4 because I liked all of these. So go ahead and vote. If you haven't voted already, you can use this QR code or the book vote link is in your portal or in the important links. So several ways you can vote. You have until the end of the day on Monday night, right? Yeah, to decide to vote. And you can vote for 2 if you want. It's just the top one that gets the most votes. Yeah, this time we did travel, space, and it was travel.
I already, it's a travel or no, time travel and space. The
Yeah,
theme is in the voting form, if
yeah.
anyone is curious.
I
I
always
could not think of
I pick a theme and that helps me like create a list. Um, a lot of work goes into this and it's very hard to just pick. There's all the million books out there. So yeah, I try to pick a theme that kind of goes with the pattern and yeah.
I,
Uh,
someone's in chat saying vote for a book. I'm officially going to put down mine and say vote for Dark Matter. It is so, so good. So good.
my thing with Dark Matter, I feel like it's been around for a while and people might have read that already.
Yeah.
We'll
It also has
see.
a TV show on Apple TV in case anyone doesn't want to commit to reading it, but still wants to kind of experience it. It's a pretty good
Yeah.
representation.
Yeah, I went to the bookstore and I got like 3 of these and I'm gonna pick up. Well, and then I ordered Bury Our Bones as my book of the month, like add-on. And then yeah, so I'm gonna end up having all these one way or another. Okay, Toad Circle Friends Around the World. You can choose to participate in this. You can go in and add your location so people the goal is to find other people, other members that are local to you, and hopefully become in real life friends. Um, don't put your address, just put your city. So, um, yeah, I just feel like I have to say that. Just put your city. And then also you can put your local shops. There's a different tab for that where it's not showing up here, but you can put local shops, local long arming. So when people are traveling around and they are looking for, like fabric shops that are in XYZ, like they can use that as a resource to them. This map is kind of difficult to do on your phone. So it's much easier to do on your desktop. So if you're like very frustrated, then it's probably that. You can either do it on your desktop or if you're still unable to figure it out, then just message us and we can go in and manually add you from our end. Okay, yeah, information about tutor. We already kind of went over this, but information is in Toadster General. So all you have to do is react to the message that's in the Toadster General, and that automatically puts you into the Cheater Club. So be 100% sure that you want to join because that is an automatic process. So, okay. Now on to Picking out fabric. Oh, on to clues.
The map situation that's in your portal. If you scroll all the way
Yeah,
down, it should be there. If it is not, please let me know.
yeah. Okay. So we like to come up with clues because it's a mystery, just to kind of get like, somewhat of an idea without giving it away. So this one, as you could tell with the mock-ups and stuff, this one is really fun to play with ombre. You don't need to do ombre, but it is definitely like a fun way to play around with ombre if you've been wanting to try that out or like the way that looks. So this is a great pattern for that. Fat quarter friendly, and there's a lot of negative space. So what does negative space mean? It means there's probably a good amount of background fabric that you will see. That's the most I will say, but like if you are part of the Alight sew along, that had no background at all or negative space. This is the opposite of that. So minimalistic, it's a very like again, uh comparison to the light that was not very minimalistic, that was more maximalistic with a lot of color options. This is way more minimalistic. So okay, little mood board inspired by nature, woods. I mean, it kind of says it in the pattern name. Okay, create your own mock-ups using pre-quill. So you can use these QR codes. These are also in your portal as well. So if you don't have them here, you can access them there. This is not the Cheater Club version. So this is the mock-ups that you will be seeing in the next slide. Okay, I don't have access to that for some reason, but the way you can use the Canva as a mock-up as well. So if you don't want to do pre-quilt, you can, if you want to like upload your own fabric swatches and stuff, you can do that in Canva directly, and it's pretty intuitive and self-explanatory, but essentially you just click on the boxes and then change the color using this tool. Think about paint. It's very similar to like any classic ink dropping. Okay. Yeah, and then if you want to add fabric swatches into Canva, you can upload all the swatches you want, and then all you have to do is drag and drop them into the square that you want to see that fabric. This is from an old sew along, but same process still applies. Okay, so understanding the color chart. So basically, we create an abstract view of the quilt. It's not what the quilt looks like at all, but it is a way for us to, show you guys the color distribution. So that means like how the scale of the color distribution. So the color that is shown the most in this mock-up means you will see it the most in the quilt. And then, kind of scales down like that. This version, whatever color is touching in the mock-up means it's going to be touching in the quilt itself. So this mock-up, you'll see that none of the colors are touching, but besides the background, none of them are touching each other. So that means you don't really have to worry about, these two looking too similar or, the contrast between them. It's not a huge concern. So this one's a lot easier, going to be a lot easier for us to explain than other so longs. So if you are on the verge of like, should I be a mystery or should I be a cheater? I would say like it's going to be really hard to mess this one up, I would say. So okay, print scaling. Oh, color gradient. Yeah, you'll notice that there's kind of a nice gradient here. You don't have to do that, but it is definitely a fun way to see the pattern. The pattern looks great using a gradient. It really shows off the pattern when you use a gradient. Print scaling. So although we always recommend to not use directional prints, there's a slide for that shortly. But we recommend you get a roller and, mark off a 2-inch square. And I wouldn't go with prints that you wouldn't want, like super large prints that might get lost in that 2-inch square. So stick to maybe smaller prints, or if you don't care and you're totally fine with that, then this doesn't apply to you. But for people that really love a specific print and maybe it has animals and you don't want like all their heads to be cut off, etc., that's when it kind of matters. So that's just something to consider. Yeah, the main concern you're gonna want to think about is, does the colors A through D stand out from the background, or A through F? A, I don't know.
E is the I almost
This
said
one.
orange. Yeah, that color. I
Okay.
couldn't think words.
Well, do all the colors besides the background, does all the colors that are non-background stand apart from the background? That's all that kind of matters. So you want to make sure that each of these little tiers here, you can visibly see from the background. Is it top color different or contrasting than the others on purpose? Yeah, I would say that's a great opportunity to use a pop of color or to add an additional color. That one is kind of like your opportunity to do that, to add that pop of color. So yeah, I would say it is on purpose. You don't have to, if you really want it to be all monochromatic, you totally do not have to make that a different color. But if you wanted to add in a pop or just a contrasting color, then that would be that's the one to do it, essentially. This is an example using prints.
That
And
bottom
then we
print
have
was a good example of a large print and how it's gonna kind of look.
this one.
Yeah, because that's such a large repeat in that print.
Yeah.
That like you could see maybe 2 full flowers in it and the rest are all cut off.
Yes. But it's the print itself is kind of like a lot going on, and it doesn't really matter that flowers are getting cut off, compared to like I said, an animal's head getting cut off, or like a little figure or something. Okay, then 10 color version, it's the same thing as are we calling this a 5 color version?
It's technically 6 because 10 means
Okay.
that the background is included in one of them.
Okay. I keep forgetting which one to refer to. So I'm gonna say
The cover version is the single little
okay,
Christmas
yeah.
tree, and then the 10 color is the double Christmas tree mock-up.
Double Christmas tree. Okay, like the Christmas tree. So 10 color is just, you're basically taking the same exact concept as the cover version, but you're adding in a secondary, monochromatic color scheme if you want, or just like a complementary. So like this one has, a cool tone one and then a warm tone one, which if you've been around for a while, I love playing around with grouping by cool tones and by warm tones. So it's just a great way to kind of have like a starter. If you don't know where to start at all and you're feeling lost, then pick 2 colors you like. And for this case, it's like a teal and then an orange, and then kind of build off that to build your gradient. How do you think a reverse gradient would feel? Yeah, that's totally, you can totally do a
He's just looking at my fabrics over here.
Hey, there's someone that's
Then I heard you
not
coming
muted
down
right now.
over.
I think it's Kate. Thank you. Reverse gradient.
Sorry, and then yeah, you can definitely do reverse. Yeah, you can definitely do a reverse gradient as well. Just know that it will be higher. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry, my husband just played music really loud behind me. I'm sure you guys couldn't hear it, but yeah. So with that, you just have to think about the contrast. So if you want, your largest amount of fabric to be lower contrast, then that would be switching it. So if you switch it, then the most of your fabric will be way lower contrast to the background, as instead of like a small portion it would portion of it. Does that make sense? Okay.
There's a mock-up that is in the pattern that I also shared in the Cheater Club that has a reverse gradient. I think it's in here too. It's the one with the brown background fabric. You can keep going. That one. The lightest color is the one that's in there the most in both of these color families. I will say that this can be an opportunity for you to make your pop of color and your like small little bar be like kind of an avenue to a pop of color type of situation. So like the white squares, it just draws a lot of attention to the white squares in the full quilt.
Yeah. Okay. So no directional prints unless you don't care, then feel free to use them. If you care about your directions being the same way or all facing the same direction, then this is not the pattern to use directions. So totally up to you whether you care about that or not. We always recommend to not use directional prints in any mystery setting because it's really hard to explain the pattern. It's really hard to explain how to use directions without giving away bits of the pattern. Okay, so we just have some examples here. This pattern looks really good. We have a lot of dark background examples, and a lot of people were asking for dark background. So I don't know if people are starting to get into that fall mood or what, but it feels like a lot of people are leaning towards the dark background this so long, which is really fun because I like a good dark background. Yeah, so is this a kit? Okay. For some reason, this is a wild.
There is one that is like this at Wildwood Creative that is on our kit website page, but it is not this one. You can always request this from one of the shops though.
Yeah. So very earthy tones with a nice blue, like kind of contrasting. So it's a different color than the greens. You'll see just a lot of monochromatic gradients here. It's just such a straightforward way to use this pattern. I think this is like a what's the
it's based on Geo Bloom from Art Gallery Fabrics.
Okay.
A future collection that's coming out. I shared in the week 1 or welcome week, I don't remember which one, I'm sorry, thread in Discord saying that if you have a fabric collection that you really like, you can always look to that full fabric collection to pick colors from because the designers of fabric work so hard to make sure that their fabric collections have a complete and cohesive color story that like they already thought about it all and you might as well steal that from them. So these fabric colors are pulled from the Geo Bloom fabric collection from Art Gallery Fabrics.
Yeah, and this is like a really good example of a complementary color scheme with, a little, I guess, a triadic color scheme here, but the main colors are complementary. So it's a fun way to look at it. And I really love like a soft pink background. If you're feeling a little Halloweeny, yeah, this one's really fun. This one, I don't know, got some Halloween colors in there.
This is a good example of how you can do a dark to light transition, but not all of the colors are the exact same. So it's not black and then medium gray and then light gray and white. It has the same effect, but you're pulling from different colors in a Halloween palette.
Yeah, so this is like a gradient, but a non-monochromatic gradient. So, but you also don't need to do a gradient, just to be clear. You can pick 4 different colors. There's some like rainbow options that people have that are just like 4 different colors from the rainbow that are all the same value, and it'll look fine because they're not touching, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, here's the reverse one that we saw earlier. And then this is the Ruby Star geometry line that's coming out soon, or maybe already out, or coming out in August. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, but this was a request in the Toadster group. We have a build your own palette thread, and so yeah, this is a request from that. And it's just a fun way to experiment with a different color background. I feel like I struggle with medium tone backgrounds, so this is a fun exercise for me. But then they also have a dark background version using the same fabrics, and then a light background version as well. So just a different bunch of different ways. They're mostly using the same fabrics from the collection, um, just a different background. And then this was also from the Build Your Palette thread, and this is from Kelsey's wedding. And yeah, I just kind of pulled colors from her wedding colors, and it looks really cool. That's okay. And then this is row Hobbit core request. And this one is super, super cute and funky. I feel like this pattern is great for Hobbit core, so that was a great suggestion. And then we have purple, different variations of purples from Marlene. And yeah, this is another one where I feel like you'll see here that like the background tone and this bottom tier are like pretty low contrast, but I think that is totally okay, and it kind of allows your eyes to breathe a little bit. Not everything needs to be high contrast, so um, yeah. I can't see that image from Tammy. Can you see that, Olivia?
Oh, no. If Tammy, if you want to send that in the Discord server, potentially it may show up there, but that one's just coming across like a file, not a picture.
Yeah. Okay, and then we got the Bumbleberries bundle, which I first off love that name and had a lot of fun typing it out. I was like, Bumbleberries. So this is like full rainbow, and I had to put arrows because I needed to like keep track of what was going where. But this is like just a fun rainbow. It's kind of like a analogous color scheme on both sides. So it kind of goes, it follows that analogous, purple to blue to green side of the color wheel. And then the other is like red, orange to pink, which I guess pink would probably be whatever. But yeah, so it's fun to see it in analogous where it's not two different monochromatics, but definitely like a cool side and a warm side. So, and then the yellow perfectly fits in the middle and is a great pop of color. Okay, and then here's another rainbow one that is very similar, but less bright, a little bit more of muted rainbow. And that one you can see is not super gradient. Like these are kind of all similar in values, but still has, that cool side and a warm side, and then like a really fun citron pop of color. I really love the way this mock-up turned out. So feel like you should make this version because I want to see it. But I think Sheila used these how did I shot cotton last so long or a couple so longs, and there was some bleeding, so she specifically requested for dark background. Yeah, so I would use a dark background. There was a bleeding situation before, but I don't think you'll have any issues with dark background. Okay. Um Okay. Oh, okay. This is ringing a bell. I remember this situation. You will be making this pop up. Perfect. Okay. Love it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then we're just going to go through the Discord channel to do a little show and tell. If I pass your picture and you want to speak about it or have any questions or need something clarified, I'm just going to gonna like briefly run through. I'll probably offer some unsolicited advice, so I apologize in advance. Um, okay, I'm still seeing. I'm so
They will, the 10 color version of the quilt pattern will keep the color family separate just like they are in the markup.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about like some strange color from one side touching another strange color from a different side. And we didn't mention this, but in the 10 color version, after I had gotten way too far deep into it being a thing that has already been made, I realized it could have been done differently. So the 2 Christmas trees have the 4 bars making the Christmas tree shape, and then they have the little square star on the top. The square star on the top is the same amount. It's not suddenly doubled the amount in the quilt because it's a 10 color version. So the reason it is the way that it is because both color families will be paired with your color E. So you don't have to make sure that they all look good together. The colors could literally be whatever you want them to be, but they are separated in this way. So you can say color family A and color family B both get paired with the little square star at the top.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I think that there is, Tammy, were you wanting, what was your question? Do you have a specific question? Oh, just was thinking this with a tote background.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say this yellow for just looking at this real quickly, I feel like this yellow would be really good for your like pop-up color. I guess it would be fabric E. And then I would say these 2 greens are very similar. So I think that's fine. It won't like ruin the pattern or anything. But it'll have a lot of that specific green. So if you're cool with that, then that is totally up to you. And but yeah, these 4 colors are all darker tones. So okay.
Potentially, yes. Potentially, you could change one of those back quarters for a different, darker or lighter shade of green, or a completely different green if you want, or a completely different color.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would suggest. And that way you're having more color variation in your quilt. But like technically, like since none of the colors are touching, you could make this 2-tone. We just don't have directions on how to do that or anything like that. But you could make this 2-tone or 3-tone or whatever. That's just on you to figure out how the math would work. But yeah. So okay. Got a nice like purples and blues, beautiful. I'm gonna go on a whim and assume that this is either the background. Can you guys see my mouse? I don't know if you guys can see my mouse.
Yeah, we can see
Okay.
it.
This is either fabric. Oh, I didn't see the one at the bottom here. Okay.
It's like it looks minty, like a
Yeah.
mint.
It's a
Super
mint.
cute.
It didn't photograph the best, especially because it's sitting on the bottom, but it's kind of a mint, baby blue teal, baby pink, almost I don't think I'd go so far as to say like maroon, but the purple is quite purple. And then it's a very cool gray on top for the background.
Oh, this is the background. Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask if that's the background or what is. Yeah.
It looks like those pinky colors are pulled from the background print.
Yeah.
So that looks like it's going to complement it really well.
It is, yeah. It actually, I went into the fabric store with no plan and came out with that.
Came out with the plan.
You let the fabric store speak to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's great if you have a printed background. It's great to pair that with solids to let the background shine and then have the solids also be very like visible and you can see everything super clearly. So I need help using. Okay, so we got like a light background option. This is so fall-y. I love it. Just like really making me feel like I'm ready to cozy up by a fire. I actually like the brown background for this one. But I don't know if you could go wrong.
How do you feel about the 4 solids paired with a single print?
Good question. Are you asking me or
Oh, I
or...
was asking you to speak on it because I'm sure that that's going to be the way that if they were pulling from stash, of course you can't always find colors that coordinate that are all solids or all prints. So there's probably going to be a mix.
Yeah, like I feel like this could be an opportunity to potentially get rid of this green fabric and use this white fabric in place of it. Like, okay, so follow, hear me out. This plaid moved down to this spot. Switch these. Love them. Okay. And then make this one this white pine cone one. And then get rid of that one. And then the yellow now becomes the accent E color. And then we use the dark petite print for the background. Did we follow? Okay.
So it should be if the yellow is number 1 and the dark green is number 5, it should be 1 left side pine cone
2.
as number 2. And then
This is 3.
that's 3. And yeah.
This is 4, and that's 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know who is this. Katie, are you in this chat? I don't know if Katie's in here. Well, that's my suggestion, Katie. I will, if you're not in this chat, I will type that up. I'll try to remember to do that. Okay. Yeah, loving these dark backgrounds. I love this like wine background. I've been really feeling this color lately, actually. And then yeah, this is also like a fun medium tone background, and I just think it just depends on I don't know what vibe you're going for with that.
I'm
But
a
I
big
don't think
fan
you
of
can.
the color green, but I really
Yeah,
like that dark plum
yeah.
background one.
This one just has more contrast, so if you like higher contrast quilts, then I would go with that one. I mean, these
Ooh, some
fabrics
more
are
options.
beautiful. I really don't think you can go wrong with these options. So there's that. I like the dark background for this one.
Yeah, if
I
the left
think some of
side,
these,
that's going to be too
yeah,
non-contrasty.
yeah,
Whatever the word for that.
I think yeah, I think you'll lose some of these colors in there. And then this one, I like the left one, the lighter color for this one. Actually, I like both these backgrounds for this one. I don't know if that's helpful.
I like everything.
I like everything. Sometimes it'd be like that. This is fun, like a fun way of doing it, just throwing in all them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this looks great. I mean, no suggestions there. Not sure what that one means, but I love this one as well.
Yeah, this is
Warm
a really
tones.
nice gradient.
Yeah, super nice gradient, really warm, nice colors, and everything looks great.
The question in chat, is there a best order for the colors? Can you clarify, do you mean like if you are doing a gradient or if you're not doing a gradient? Which one were you referring to? And then we'll come back.
Yeah, because if you mean like if say your favorite fabric, like you're like this out of all 5 of these fabrics, this one's my favorite, then I would use that one as the biggest block because that is going to be seen the most in the quill and have like the largest pieces. Best order for the colors. Oh, for yours specifically or just in general? You can go back down. Oh, we got one from Natalie. Okay, here's another complementary color scheme. And again, this is kind of almost like doing a two-tone because these are all very similar in values, but they're not touching, so it's totally fine. And yeah, look great. I think my only suggestion with this is the purple and the yellow are both very bright, and I feel like I would go with a little bit more muted purple potentially. Only because it's like a little bit like college color scheme, you know what I mean? Like college, like I live near Westchester University. I don't know if anyone knows what Westchester is, but these are like the colors of Westchester. So it's like my first thought. Sporty. Yeah, sporty.
I
So,
instantly
but
thought of LSU.
yeah, so
Louisiana
like
State.
if you picked like a more like gray purple, I feel, and I'm assuming this might be from your stash, so that might not be a
I'm
possibility.
totally pulling from stash, and
Yeah,
I don't have like large cuts of very many things, so that was
yeah.
what limited me. And now that I saw somebody else's like dark purpley berry, this is Kona berry. When
Okay.
I saw somebody else's, I'm like, oh, oh,
You have so many options now.
so now I'm thinking like
No,
maybe I should go that way. So I'm
yeah,
playing
so
around.
if purple is like your large, if you're like, I need to use this purple because I have the most purple, then I think those greens you popped up would feel a lot less sporty. And
Yeah, I'm playing with something totally different.
okay, cool. But I do love these fabrics.
Yeah,
So,
it was just something I had.
okay. Wait, I'm like getting all disoriented here. Yeah, I think, oh, this is kind of like similar to what you were kind of just pulling with a brighter background. Yeah. I love this. This looks great. Yeah. Nice gradient here. Very like muted, soft color scheme. Um, yeah, this is the one already shared. This one's very similar to the cover. So yeah, and this one's going to like feel kind of like a two-tone quote as well, just because they're all similar values. They're pretty dark, but I think it's gonna show off the fabrics well and be more of a high contrast quote. So okay. Okay, and then with printed background, I think because this is a very busy background, which is totally fine because you're pairing it with solids. My only thing is in the beginning, we mentioned it was a minimalistic and had a lot of negative space in it. So you're going to see a lot of flowers. So if you love this fabric a lot and you want like a very floral quilt, then totally great. I think yeah. Just know it's going to be a little bit busy, but it depends on your style. Okay, this also looks great. Just simple, great gradient, fun pop of color. Um, yeah, I think I voted for this one. I think I voted for 4. I feel like this is just a really nice color scheme.
This is
Everything is like
a
pulled.
potentially, is this going to be a reverse gradient for each one?
Potentially. Which
Like
we
one
haven't
is
mocked up
light to
yet.
dark, one is dark to light. Yeah.
I don't think we've
I
mocked that up yet.
I want to mock that up because I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah,
But it could look very cool.
yeah. And yeah, these are like really soft flowers. I think this color scheme works really well. I think it was like this one. The navy feels a little out of place to me because there's not navy found in the florals at all. I think it works though, but this one just felt like a lot more cohesive. And then these ones, I feel like some of those accents would get lost. I know that they look very different in this photo, but I can just see them getting lost in the actual quilt. So okay, and then this is from I think my Moody Rainbow bundle, and then they're going with like a light pale pink, which is gonna look great. Yeah. Okay, this is the same thing with you know, busy background. I think it's smart to pair this with solids, and I think all of these solids work super well with this print. It looks like they're pulled directly from this print, so I think these are great fabrics to pair with that. No
Yeah,
notes.
that one's gonna be like the random rainbow type of
Yeah,
gradient. It's not really a gradient, but just a distribution of color. It's going to be
yeah.
not dark to light.
And I actually think that's perfect for having a busy background too. I think like having the busy background, having the gradient, things might get more lost than if you just, you know, treat it as all the same tone, no gradient, just fun colors. So okay, this was a question about like are these okay? Are these tones too close? I think it was answered, but because they're not touching, it does not matter. So you know, it's okay that these are two super dark ones and these are also dark. This is a larger scale print, so as long as you're okay with basically not being able to see any of this flower and you just like the colors, then that is totally fine.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
a good representation of how
yeah,
it could look, since it's we're supposed to be looking in like a 2-inch window type
yeah,
thing. That would be a good representation of that.
I like this background fabric. That's fun. Yeah, and this is a good combination between like having prints and solids together. This fabric and this one might be harder to like see on top of each other, but I think it's all just like kind of the style of these fabrics in general to just be like bright and maximalist a little bit. Fun. And this is like directly pulled from these fabrics. So, you know, this is a good example of what Olivia is saying, you know, find a fabric you really like and pull colors directly from that. And, you know, it's a great way if you already know someone's going to like a backing. Ooh, this is like really saturated and fun. I love how saturated these pinks are. Bright. I think it's going to look really cool. Giving Pink Pony Club. Help me choose. Oh my God, so many. I mean, I think all these, they all kind of follow like the recipe, I guess if you want to call it the recipe. This is like a desert sunset. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these, so I guess find what I don't know, where you're gonna put the quilt or who like I don't know.
Yeah, if you have a backing fabric that you like, that may
Yeah,
be a swaying factor.
yeah, something like that.
Or yeah, or like if you think about, I wonder what type of quilting I'm gonna do on it, that could change the way that you go with colors. If you're gonna send it to a long armor and get like flowers
Yeah,
and something, then maybe the fourth option may be better. Or if you're gonna do like leaves and like something more fall, then maybe the orangey one would be better.
yeah. I think that's great. Okay, so this is the background. This is the backing. Yeah, this is another good example of pulling colors directly from fabric. This is a really pretty print. And I'm assuming that's the background. It's a cool gradient. I like it. Gradient, but not monochromatic. We're here for it. Oof. I
I
love
really like
this
that one.
one. I vote this one.
uh Follow the recipe, meaning follow what the cover quilt looks like the mock-up
Yeah,
for the
like
cover quilt.
yeah, like going with like a dark as like the recipe as in like dark, darkest on the bottom and then like kind of following the gradient up. Yes, I really love this one. Ginger about it. You know, I'm a warm tone person though, and I like 70s stuff, like vintage 70s and stuff. And this is just like screaming, um, it's screaming like conversation pit.
Yeah. Shag carpet
Shag,
conversation
like
pit.
in the best way though. Like, so I really like that. So this is kind of like mixing up. So this is kind of going against the recipe. So the recipe, as I'm saying, would be like moving this dark color down to the bottom and then moving everything up. Everything up. But
You
I
could,
haven't mocked up anything like this, so I don't think like going against the recipe is going to be a problem at all. But I need to mock this up and see what it looks like because this is kind of one of the only ones we've seen. Like, I think like if you're, I don't know if you're looking for advice or anything. I don't know. I
is
mean,
this
like
gonna
if
match?
this could be an opportunity to make this E color this black color. If you're trying to have like a pop of black, I think that's the better suited location for that. Molly, if you're in here, I don't. There's a different Molly. It's spelled different.
No, Molly, you are a cheater, so you have the opportunity to mock it up
To
and
ask
see.
for yes.
So yeah, we would be able to share that mock up. Either we would, Taylor would, because she's probably going to play around with it, but yeah, we would be able to share it in the cheater club.
Yeah, this one I mean this one we shared in the cheater club and it looks really awesome. I love this like gray background. So there's just I love the texture to it. I feel like I don't work with textures as much anymore, and I love that. Okay, yeah, this is another example of it's there's no gradient. It's just following like bright colors, and it's just a fun like you know rainbowy type of color scheme. So,
I see this and I think pool floaty, summer, lemonade,
it is very summer.
sunshine, sun hat, like that. I see this as a bright summer quilt, and that would be so fun.
It's giving Fisher Price rain stacker toy.
Also that,
Especially the way it's like
in this mock-up, yeah.
yeah. But it won't in the quilt. So just know that. Okay, shop my stash.
I like that lime green color. That's so cool.
I
Bright
really like
color.
this color scheme. I love
Is that
this.
warp
All
and
the
weft?
that is not warping.
Okay.
I feel like it's a Tula,
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure that's Tula.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're. Oh yeah,
Oh, it says it right there.
or bright
Oh my
green,
gosh.
like in a clover print for my back. Okay, like
Bright
like
green.
this bright green.
Then
That
that
might
stripe might get
contrast
lost.
with the stripe. Yeah, my immediate thought would be like actually like a light minty green or a really like pulling one of these colors like maybe like actually like kind of a soft light pink might work well too. Um yeah, or just replacing like if you go with the really like lime green, the stripes just might get lost. So that's just something to consider. But it'd be really fun. I haven't seen a lime green background quilt. I don't know ever, so I'd like
I'm
to
sure
see that.
the pickle support group would love that.
Yes, maybe pickle would be fun. Okay. And Megan, this one's fun. I feel like I like everything besides maybe that color. I think it feels too I feel like a warmer like a playoff of this green color might be good, like maybe like a lighter version of that. Um and then yeah, I really like this background too. Super fun. Okay, I think we're nearing the top. Okay, I've been wanting to do a blue background quilt, so I'm here for this. And I showed you the mock-up of the Ruby Star one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun. Okay, and this is like not a reverse. This is like the gradient, but then I feel like this, it feels reverse gradient, but it's not. But that purple really complements this color scheme super well. And
Yeah,
it's inspired by orca whales, which is also my favorite animal. So I love that aspect of it. Is the purple is it blood from their victims or
Oh gosh.
No, it was just my sister's other favorite color besides black. I was like,
Oh my god.
I'm
what?
sorry, that was
No, you're totally fine. But I was just because her favorite color is black, and I was like, okay, but that's not. I need something else to go in this. And so I was like,
no, that's gonna look so good. And you're in the cheater cup, so you can mug that up as well.
yeah, and I like.
Yeah. I think that's
I
gonna
like
look
this
really
one.
good.
I like this one over the
Oh, so that I was just trying to help. I forget
Oh, okay.
Nadia here come up
Got
with
it.
kind of backgrounds.
Okay, I'm just jumping in here with no context to anything, so I apologize. I did read all these, but it's hard to remember everything. This kit is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, can't go wrong
Are
with
you
that.
still in here? You are still in here. That was a really
Me?
pretty one. No, Tara.
Oh, hi Tara. Yeah, and this is a great example of like using some prints, all prints. I think maybe these two might get a little lost, but if you're shopping stash, which I think you are, then I would prioritize stash over buying new fabric, so I support that. And I don't think it'll get lost too much. So okay, and here's another one that goes against the recipe, but it's a kit, so we know it looks great. So you can always trust the kits. We kind of bet them a little bit. Yeah, this is going off of this background. Beautiful. And then yeah, we have already seen that one. So and then that's it. That's a wrap. Posted a different color scheme.
All the way at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, this has more variation. So I think that okay.
Yeah, I think that
wait, I'm
one.
missing. Okay, I think this has more color variation and I think it's going to be better. I would do the color order. Maybe this for the bottom. I think the color order you have is fine. Maybe switch these two.
You could potentially wait until like some like mid-morning daylight, put this near a window, take a photo of it, and then change it all to black and white. And then organize your left side column of fabrics according to like whatever's showing up darkest to lightest if you want.
Because these are all pretty much mediums here. I would suggest, I don't know if you have a fabric that's maybe a different shade of blue or a different shade of green. I think the yellow feels like it's out of place with the rest of the colors. I do like the blue. I feel like it goes along with the cool, like earthy tones.
West
this
Coast.
feels like this feels very like foresty, natural, and then the yellow feels like
the sun.
The sun, but like and a color you wouldn't find in nature, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that will help like round out your color scheme. Yeah, because like this is a very similar color scheme, but there is yellow in this fabric, so it feels a little bit more cohesive here. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one works great. Yeah. I like this one better than the other one. I think this one, yeah. If I had to pick, I don't know if you're asking for in my opinion.
I'll take them.
Okay. So I said I'm here to give unsolicited advice.
100%.
It's my favorite thing. This is my favorite week, just to give unsolicited advice. Yeah, cool. This is a fun background. This is going to be a busier background. Same thing we said before. So if you're okay with that, then that is cool. But yeah, like this I probably wouldn't do for that largest piece. I would maybe do for like the smallest section at the top. So like maybe the order would be bottom, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then this BE. Or honestly, you might want to swap this one out for something that's less similar to the background, just because it has like kind of a similar pattern to it, where it's like this like geometric shape. So they just might be competing with each other, even though you'll be able to see them. It just might feel like they're competing. But I do like the color scheme going on here. So
Will you give me
okay, now
feedback on that one? Yeah.
yeah, I think this one's better. I think this one's much better. Yeah, I mean this is like it complements the purple better. Yeah, I don't really
Okay,
have
cool.
much feedback. I think this green is a great pop of color for that. So
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, that's a wrap on that. Thanks for listening to me talk.
There
Okay,
is
a
I
couple
think
more
a
slides.
couple more slides. Yeah, just 2.
Okay, to wrap up, if all of that and you're still feeling overwhelmed and undecided and unsure, then you can always purchase a kit, which is in your portal. Also in the important links, there's a link to the kits. And if you don't like any of those kits, you can chat with pretty much any of our partners. So Wildwood Creative or Full Moon, Fabric Co., who's Tara's, I think, in this chat. And then Bailey with Buy and Buy. All of these shops will work with you one-on-one, and if you kind of give them what you're feeling, they can send you some pictures of some fabrics, you know, and then yeah, they can kind of like make a custom kit, I guess. But a lot of them
There-
have custom kits on their site that you can
Yeah.
buy.
There is one kit that I still need to add to this, but Bailey Buy and Buy has the cover kit option available. It's not listed on this website, but if you go to shopbuyandbuy.com, I think is what it is. And then just search Trailhead on their website, then you'll be able to see the options that they have. And I'm pretty sure the cover kit is there.
Also,
And then, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Tawny with Wild Creative, she just has mystery quilts. So if you want nothing, if you don't want to make any decisions at all, and you're like, I want the whole thing to be a mystery, then she has some awesome mystery kits, and they were loved by the last. That was the first time she did it last so long, and they were loved by everyone who bought one. I didn't see any major complaints or anything, so
Yeah,
it
she
turned out
has
super fun.
mystery bundles that she does, like fat quarter bundles, and so she took that same concept, put it to a quilt kit, and so at checkout you'll just say, here's what I'm interested in, like I like these vibes, I like these colors, it's going to be a Christmas quilt, whatever it is, and then you will get mystery fabrics labeled for where they go in the pattern.
Yeah, so that's just a fun additional option. Any questions? Oh, we got someone that did a mystery fat quarter bundle last time. Cool. Oh, I forgot to say, well, now there's a lot less people, but I like to have people raise their hand if this is their first circle so long. I think you can raise your hand in like digitally. You can digitally raise your hand. Okay, Jenny figured it out. Nice. Yay. Well, welcome.
Half yard
Glad to
piece
have you.
versus back quarter. Is it the bottom or throughout? Do you mean the bottom of the quilt, or if it will be throughout the entire quilt? Because it will not be just on the bottom of the quilt.
I'm
It will
wondering
be
if it's
throughout.
the same question that got asked in the chat a while ago, which is even though the piece D is the biggest in the mock-up, piece C has a larger fabric requirement.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It could be
Heather
the size
clarified
pieces.
that. And she said that she bumped it up so that way there was wiggle room with cutting that, but it technically could be 1/8 lower, which I think it was like 3/8 down to half, or sorry, 3/8 down to a quarter, or something like that. But there will be cutting instruction or cutting diagrams for that specific thing that she gave me to add in, and then also for some like difficult parts from the background fabric. So there are a couple of cutting diagrams to refer to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It could also just be the size pieces. Like the piece might just really hug that 1/8 yard like super tight and just add a couple inches. Every designer does something a little different, whether they round up to the 1/8 yard or what. But yeah, so if you're like if you are a little bit short by a couple inches on something, I don't think any of these fabric requirements are really tight, but you might want to wait until we get the cutting instructions to just double check that. So you have like a couple options. Yeah. And yeah, I know someone was like are those in week 2? Yep. Cutting instructions come week 2. And then we start sewing week 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
now I
you
feel
do
like
have
people
time to get
questions,
fabric.
but it's just still raising their hand from the beginning. I was like, do we have questions?
Yeah, you do have time to get fabric still. Like sewing doesn't happen until week 3. And so if you're still kind of like, there are usually a handful of people that into week 3, they're still like, I still have not decided on fabrics. I think that's fine. There's 1 week in the middle that is a little bit not so heavy. So you have some time to catch up kind of built into it. Not a full off week, but definitely lower piecing requirements for that week. So just know that.
Cool. Okay, well, that's a wrap on everything I have here.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, concerns, any kit recommendations that you love and just want everyone to make with you. I think that's my favorite thing, is that there are people out in the world that have matching quilts because they bought the same quilt kit. So they're just quilt twins.
Ro, I would suggest Tara with Full Moon, because I know she has all of the colors. Like she has all AGF and Kona potentially. Tara, are you stepping in?
Hi.
This is Tara.
This is
Hi, I'm
Tara
Tara.
from Full Moon. She has some quilt kits for Trailhead specifically that we have on that website. But she was the one that we were talking about that will help you build a quilt kit if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you
is
just,
it okay
like,
that I just said you could do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So yeah. Hit up Tara. She'll get you sorted out.
Yeah.
Tara is in the Discord server. So if you want to reach out there, you can, or just use contact page on your website potentially.
Yeah. Or Instagram, whatever works.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just at her in, because I'm assuming it's going to be
go
the
knock on her front door
cottage
and ask her.
It's going to be the like Hobbit core one, I'm assuming. Oh no, if you go with the Hobbit core sale, just Add her in that chat and she can help you out too.
I wonder, let's see. Oh, even
It's in
better.
the build a
I think it's a
bundle.
new room.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if anyone else wants to do that, Tara can help you out.
Yeah. I don't know if I showed you, Taylor and Olivia, because I'm now in a different place. Look at how satisfying.
Oh
It's all
my.
in one room now.
That's why I said hit up Tara
Nice.
because she has every single
Yeah.
color that exists.
You can say,
And
I don't
I'm
really like that
OCD.
pink. I want it to be slightly lighter.
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, oh my God.
It's got like the full gradient.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with that. So yeah, it's a girl for that. Somehow my dog is eating a pine cone behind me and I have no idea where she got this pine cone. I don't know if she found it, but I thought I was excited. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the dogs in.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can always ask in Discord in the current week's thread. You can go to the support channel. You can email using the contact page on the website for Taylor, the Toad and So website. Yeah. We are happy to help. We will see you all in Discord.
Yes, see you in Discord and see you week 3 is our next Zoom call.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is our first tutorial. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.